Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now, before I begin, I just want to talk about a few things before I begin. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just starting my channel to not just to entertain, but also to inspire and enlighten people who are also going through the same problems that I had before that are now causing a burden on your life. Now, let me tell you my story before I begin. Understand I grew up in the Bay Area, San Francisco, and let me give you a brief background information about me. Okay, what I've been through. First of all, I went through, actually, at the time, the '89 earthquake. I experienced that, and many people lost their lives during this tragic time. All right, you've seen on the news. I mean, people driving over the Bay Bridge and it broke in half, and many people fell to their death. Um, Places like the marina and many of the wealthy neighborhoods burned to the ground, and schools were out for months during this tragedy. So I dealt and faced the '89 earthquake. After that, I also dealt with the dot-commers. Okay, remember that when the dot-commers came to the Bay Area, and a few years after they came, the dot-commer bubble bust, and many individuals lost their jobs, and many homes were left vacant. And then I experienced the techies, and when they came in at that time, I could no longer stay in the Bay Area. So I had to move from California to the other side of the United States, due to a friend helping me out to get myself back on my feet, because at the time I was living in my car. So at that time, only opportunity was to leave place of birth, everything all I knew, to eventually get to a better place. So that's another thing I had to go through. And then on top of that, okay, as I'm leaving California, moving my way to the east coast of the United States, I stopped in Louisiana, New Orleans, at a friend's house, and luckily I left a few days before Katrina hit. A friend, New Orleans, was trying to get me to stay much longer, but I decided to leave, and then a few days after that, Katrina hit. So I had to also deal with that, get through that situation. Then once I got to the East Coast, had work for a few years, and then you know what happened after that, the recession, right? And then at that time, I lost my job. A couple of years, I was unemployed, all right, looking for work. So now everyone's dealing with Corona, right? The coronavirus. So that's just a little bit of background of the individual that you're dealing with. And on top of that, I had student loans, okay, credit cards, a car, you name it. I had a lot of debt that I was dealing with at the time. But eventually I was able to pay off my car loan, my credit cards, my student loans, okay, and still have money in the bank afterwards. So I have some background knowledge, financial hardship and I have an understanding of how to get out of it. Through negotiation, through saving, working actually at one point I was working 5 jobs, okay, until I had to eventually stop that. But you know, once you get in that mood, in that groove, and you have an actual focus and a goal to reach, you do whatever it takes, and that's what I was doing until eventually I got all those debts out the way into financial freedom. So that's a little background of the individual who you're dealing with and has an idea of rough times. All right. So the real question is not actually when is the stimulus check coming, but actually what are you going to do once you receive that stimulus check? All right. So once you get it, these are some things that you should do once you get that check, because you know a lot of people gonna get that check, and even before it touch their hands, that money is gone. All right, because remember, the idea of them sending you these checks is not so much to help you, but to help them, not help you. All right, to help stimulate the economy once again. So that's the whole purpose, the whole idea of the stimulus check, okay? Because they want you to spend it back into the economy so it can help it grow. So actually, that money that's going back into the economy is actually really not real, because it's coming from the feds, and that money is just going to cause it to grow, but actually it's bringing the value of the dollar down. So actually the value of the dollar is becoming weaker, and the economy is actually being deflated. So that's actually what's happening, and the whole purpose of them sending out the stimulus checks. But that's not what you came here for, right? So let me talk about some things what you need to do once you receive that stimulus check. So what you need to do is buy food, pay rent or mortgage, okay, because you need to eat and you need a roof over your head. 3, make sure you pay those bills: water bill, garbage bill, electricity, everything that are the essentials. Pay off debt if you can, if you have money left over. And if you have money left over, save some of it, okay? And if you're really doing good, make sure to invest. Now, these are some things you should not do. Buy clothes, buy shoes, buy a new car, okay? There's no purpose of you buying a new car. You know, there's nowhere to go right now. Shop on Amazon, buying things off Amazon. Right now, you should hold off of buying off Amazon. Jewelry, new TVs, new computers.